All right. Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to be talking about the frequency forecast for 2024. And I just want to let you know that how you currently perceive reality for 2024 is going to change a lot. You are going to be shifting, or you have the potential to shift from that kind of hindsight is 2020 to actually having more foresight as to help you make decisions moving forward. Your ability to communicate with your own spirit is going to become absolutely vital. And I'll explain more of why it will be so vital as we move through this talk. So, good morning, everyone. Go ahead and touch in. Let me know where you are tuning in from in the world, what you might be drinking this morning. I found a really new coffee that I've been enjoying. So, look forward to seeing seeing where you are. And in 2024, your human energy field is going to be your biggest resource, meaning the energy that flows through your body, that flows through your aura, the way that your spirit flows through and illuminates truth for you. All of that is going to become so important. It's almost more important than drinking water and eating food and getting sleep, because as the frequency is really raising, you're going to want to be able to fall back on your own intuitive, energetic resources to support you. And strange, yeah. If you think things are getting strange now, how we have perceived things is going to get really strange next year. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about that as well. So hello from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and from the Coventry, UK, Vancouver Island, Palm Springs, Vancouver, Canada, Florida. Hi, everyone. Hi. It's exciting to see you. So welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nancy Rebecca. I have been working as a clairvoyant psychic and registered nurse for 30 years now, registered nurse 20 years before that. And I started my YouTube channel about 3 years ago to talk about your human energy field and how you are impacted by what goes on around you, but also how you are impacted by what goes on inside of you as well. So, everything energy as it relates to, how are you personally going to experience it? And that's pretty much what my talk's going to be about today. So, anyway, let me move on here. So, Spirit was saying, first of all, Spirit's been talking to me for the last couple of weeks about 2024. And there's no way that I can fit it all in. And I absolutely do not know the future. I can't tell the future. I can only pull out the information that I always call from the Book of Nancy, which means that I close my eyes and I allow my spirit to communicate with me. And you all have that gift and ability to do also yourself, but you want to get quiet, you want to close your eyes, and you want to ground. So this is what I've been doing. A lot of information's been coming through, but things are so rapidly changing. Honestly, I don't know how anybody can actually predict what's going to happen. However, I'll throw out my little tidbits and you see what kind of lands with you, or what's the saying? We're going to throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. And let's get some greater insight here. So, Spirit said, imagine now that you're given the instructions that throughout the year 2024, you need to read 100 books of knowledge. So now Spirit's giving me this example. So everybody in the entire world is given this assignment that they must read 100 books of knowledge to have a pretty smooth and expanding and delightful life every day next year in 2024. And so they said, everybody gets excited. It's like, oh, finally something tangible I can do. I can put my hands on that. I can do that. I can read these books. And so, but then what happens? Life gets in the way. So it's like whether it's your marriage that gets in the way, your kids, whether you're friends or at work, or things just get really busy, or you get kind of caught up in another hobby. And then by the time you get to the end of the year, maybe you've read 12 out of the 100 books. And you're trying to determine why you feel confused, why you feel turned upside down. So, what it is what Spirit is saying is that we have so much photonic light coming in that's filled with light codes. These light codes are like words on a page of a book. We're being kind of downloaded with all this knowledge from these 100 invisible books. And yet, if we don't find those times within our life to get quiet, we're not going to be able to interpret what this knowledge means for each and every one of you. And it's different for each and every one of you. But the other thing that Spirit said is, there are a lot of people in the world that can't read or write. And so what intuition does, it's a real game changer for everyone. It does not matter how highly academic you are. It doesn't matter if you only finished the 6th grade. It doesn't matter if you didn't even go to school at all. Why? Because what you're going to discover next year is that tapping into your own spirit is going to become vital, because your spirit distills it all down for you. Your spirit is going to help you to break it down, bring through just the information that you're going to need that's unique to you. And it's kind of like receiving the cliff notes or the summary of the book, but it's your spirit that's going to provide it for you. So why is this so important for 2024? Because you all are so unique. The way that you are influenced outside, on the outside of your life, the way that you're influenced on the inside of your life is depending on your birth sign can be part of it, depending on the family that you grew up in could be part of it. Maybe you had 6 siblings or you were an only child. That is going to dramatically shift how you perceive next year. Also, what else was I going to say about that? Oh, past lives. You've all had different past lives. You all have different ancestral influences where you hold your ancestor DNA within your own codes of genetics within your own body. So how that photonic light comes down and impacts your entire energy field, it's going to be different for each of you. And the only real relationship that can help you to really stay tapped in is your own spirit. And it's easy to connect with your own spirit, but it does take a regular practice so that you can feel confident in that relationship. So you can start off super excited about 2024, but write down some things right now. If you have a piece of paper and a pencil, start writing down some things that are, what do we call it, kind of non-negotiables that you're going to really make sure either you meditate or that you get out in nature, that you're going to do some things to help you be able to perceive the knowledge that is coming through. And it's coming through right now. It isn't like when January 1st comes and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, bring on the light codes. It's like, it's already happening now. But in 2024, wow, it's going to skyrocket the amount of information that's coming into us. And you have a lot of this information already. Remember, you are a multi-dimensional being. You do not just exist here in the 3rd dimensional world. You exist in the 4th dimension and the 5th dimension. So the average person, stays within that range of dimensions. For those who've been developing themselves spiritually for a long time, then your essence, your focus, your talents, your abilities may encompass many other dimensions. So, But next year is where a lot of information is going to be coming in. So you definitely want to be tapped into your own intuition. Okay. So it can be really stressful. It might be really stressful to you. And so I would like to tell you that it's going to be, love, light, rainbows, and butterflies, which I think it's going to be in a lot of ways, but how you perceive things and how you interpret things can completely change the outcome for you. So I'm going to try to make it very light-minded and light-hearted to give maybe some different perspectives on how you can look at things moving forward in 2024. All right. So, as I'm talking about, it's nice to have real substantial books, but in the unseen world, it's not so easy. And the unseen world, yes, it is becoming the seen world for a lot of you, but that does not mean that everyone is going to suddenly become sighted overnight. The sixth chakra, the pineal, wow, it's getting very activated in 2024 because of this additional flood of light that's coming in. There's a silver light that's coming in that's going to be coming in. Actually, it's starting right now. As I speak, there is silver already starting to come in. This silver frequency, I consider the highest supreme knowledge, like the highest level of knowledge from the creator. So that's that silver that's coming in. Well, we're going to be having that enormous solar eclipse that's going to be happening in April. And this silver light is really being really anchored in by the solar eclipse that will happen in April. So there's going to be this big kind of spike or peak of this silver around April. So it's almost like it's got a skyrocket to kind of break this kind of glass ceiling. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that as well. So let's see here. So I said 2024 can be stressful for some, challenging for others, delightful, curious, and inspiring for others as well. Your energy field is influenced by the galactic center, which is that quiet, still point. It's the place of nothing that is filled with everything. That's what Spirit told me. The galactic center is the center of nothing, like there's nothing, like it's just absent. It's totally still. And yet, when you're in the galactic center or you're meditating with the galactic center, it's filled with so much knowledge that you have no desire to want or hunger to learn anything else because you already know all of it. So we are being influenced by the galactic center, especially in 2024, just being shown it's like this pregnancy in our solar system as all of humanity is starting to really expand in their higher levels of knowledge. So you are impacted also by what was I going to say? The great attractor is another one. That's that enormous magnetic pull. So let me just put it for me in a way that helps me to understand whether it's right or wrong, is that the great attractor is this enormous magnetic force that is pulling me, you, and all of humanity towards our awakening. So it's pulling us towards awakening. So it isn't like you can say, oh, that's a bunch of hooey. I'm not going to be doing that, because the great attractor is moving all of us forward towards that enlightening, awakening, expansion in a very strong way, stronger than we've ever experienced before. And then you're also influenced by if your boss is having a bad day, or people are cranky at work, or the traffic is bad, or your teenagers are kind of being rebellious. Like all those external forces in 2024 are going to be creating even more pressure, kind of like that diamond where you have all that pressure in the earth and it turns coal into diamonds. It can feel that way for some of you next year. And it's like, wait a minute, I thought spiritually it was supposed to be a lot more fun next year. And it is. It is going to be a lot more fun. However, that pressure, for some of you, you may perceive that pressure as somebody doing something to you, that you are not in control of what's unfolding. And so it can feel we've got this pressure coming down from the outer world, from our relationships. And then you've got this pressure on the inside of you, which is your old memories, your old experiences. Maybe it's other people's energy. Maybe it's some past life influences, or definitely ancestral, which I already mentioned. So you've got this pressure coming from the outside, this pressure expanding on the inside. And what's the number one thing that's going to help you? Grounding. Grounding is going to assist you a lot. And if you're not quite sure how to ground, it's super simple. And I do have a free grounding meditation on my website, intuitivemind.org. So you can go under shop and go to the free meditations that are there. And of course, the blue light. The blue light is not gone. And as a matter of fact, the blue light started coming through like this downpour of this really soft, very gentle, kind essence that was inspiring our own kindness to awaken. And so this blue light's coming in, and this kind of showering effect is going to happen until the end of December. But we are then going into 2024, and that kindness is going to continue to expand and to grow. And what did I want to say about that kindness? So it was about 2 weeks ago, I started feeling this kindness come in, and it was coming in through the blue light, which is dissolves all illusion and illuminates truth. But there was this flood of kindness that I felt for maybe a handful of hours. So I'm curious if any of you have been noticing that other people are a little kinder, noticing if you're feeling a little kinder in your responses. So Spirit came through, and I just felt this overwhelming kindness. And then Spirit said, now, try to pick up a gun and intend that you want to hurt someone. And so I tried to imagine what that would be like, but the kindness was so overwhelming. It's like my mind or my intention couldn't even go there. And then Spirit said to me, see, you all think you've got to figure out with your head how all these wars are going to end, how all this fighting is going to stop. But when everyone on the entire planet is influenced by this frequency of kindness, it's going to make it more difficult for people to go as far as wanting to battle it out through a war. So I found that really fascinating. And then someone said to me, but how can you bring the fifth dimensional essence of this higher frequency down if your whole energy field is just full of muck, just full of old pain and full of old suffering and full. So I asked Spirit, so what's that like? Like we definitely want to we are becoming a light body, right? And we want to clear our field so more of our light can come in. But there's almost 8 billion people on the planet. Not everyone is going to be able to do that. And as the blue light star beings are saying, that this blue light is impacting everyone. So they showed me a glass filled with really thick mud. and it was caked in there and it was dried in there. And they said, okay, now imagine that your body is like this glass and it's just full of mud. So now you try to pour some water in and the water just flows over the top and outside the glass because it can't get through the mud. And then they showed me the frequency, the photonic light. We'll just say blue, but it could be any color. It can be red or orange or yellow or green. And they said, see, radiant light passes through the mud, passes through the muck, comes all the way through the glass as if there was nothing in its way. And then what happens is from the inside out, it starts to dissolve. So for those of you out there who all this intuitive talk and psychic talk and meditation and galactic beings and all that feels way, way over your head and you feel like you're being left behind, the spirit realm, the star beings, the ascended masters, the powers that be, the angels, talking to other people's spirit over and over and over again, saying, we are all being awakened and enlightened at our own pace. So you are not being left behind. So I will say that. Hello from Amsterdam. I love that, candles in the wood. If you see the sun, you're affected. Exactly. We are affected by everything. All right. So, yeah. And in 2024, because of the bigger energies and the more pressure, the bigger the energies, the faster you're going to shift. And so in the past, it's, we'll hear you talking and I might say, whoa, I'm having a headache or my stomach's nauseated. I'm having ascension symptoms. My body's trying to adapt to these high frequencies. It's going to get faster. So you will want to get faster at letting go. So this is 2024. So it's going to be really important that you know how you're going to feel and what you need to do to navigate your life with your spirit leading the way. Okay, let's see here. Okay, got it. All right, I told you about the kindness. So again, how you perceive is changing. So spirit also showed me for 2024, our self distortions are crumbling. They're dissolving and they're crumbling. So what spirit said is, wow, you all have a really distorted view of yourself. And they're showing me from if they were up above, they are up above in other dimensions and they're looking down, they can only see how beautiful we are. Now, they can shake their head and say, whoa, that's a tough one there when there's wars and things like that that are going on. But they can also see the light of those that are really wishing to help to make things better. And right now, we've had several years of just seeing how bad it can get, and it can get worse than that. And it's just like, wow, what has been hidden will be revealed. And in 2024, they say, wow, there's going to be a lot more that's been hidden is going to be revealed. But remember, we were talking about banking and corruption and human trafficking and all those kind of horrible things happening in humanity. Those things are still going to become revealed, but more of kind of ancient megalithic sites. Remember, it was like pyramids are going to start becoming found again. Pyramids are going to be more activated. They're finding other sites that have never been seen before. I was just reading in, I can't remember where it was, I think in Italy, but it was like a Roman banquet room that they found completely untouched for almost 3,000 years. No one has ever seen it in 3,000 years. And so it's those kinds of things that's going to be revealing our history to us in the way that it hasn't ever been seen before. Don't get me started on it's like some of our systems, like when I was even thinking about the museum systems and how what we are shown as history is shaped by the opinions of the curators of the museum, that we may not always be shown truth. And I know there's probably some of you going, yeah, duh, Nancy. But it's like, I still kind of find that shocking. Yeah, that's my naiveness. So your spirit, let's just kind of get back on track here. Your spirit is like a blinding LED light. I mean, it is so bright. So you know how you take a candle and you put it like in a little colorful glass candle holder, and it shines all the colors out. Well, that's kind of like your aura. You've got all those colors, your chakras are all those colors, your spirit comes down. It's going to radiate all this color. So more of your LED kind of blinding, beautiful light of your soul's coming down more. So I already said that, and your perceptions of reality. So distorted is like a fun house. You might see yourself kind of really, really tall and really thin and lanky. You might see yourself kind of stumpy and short. You might see your face is all, misshapen and everything. And the way you look, like Spirit was saying, we have such a distorted view of ourselves. So what's going to happen in 2024 is those distortions of ourselves are going to start to crack and break open, and you're going to start to see the true reality of who you are. And for any of those of you who go, uh-oh, I'm not sure if I'm ready for this, you are ready for this, because what you're going to be seeing is your beauty. You're going to be seeing your confidence. You're going to be seeing your good-heartedness. You're going to be seeing with clarity the truth of relationships, of, wow, this is an abusive relationship. Wow, this is an uplifting relationship. Wow, I'm kind of a good person. Oh, I'm really smart. I'm great at mathematics. It's like all of a sudden, those distorted views of yourself are going to start getting really cleaned up. But this pressure, it's like the pressure coming from outside and the pressure coming from underneath us. It's like something's got to give. You want to be really, really super, super size grounding for next year. So download the grounding meditation and listen to that every day, or go out in nature and sit by a tree. But you definitely want to get more grounded. Following your intuition is essential. And those who are listening to theirs already, you're going to have a lot more surges of creativity to help you problem solve for 2024. Your pineal gland. I've made a video on the pineal gland. Not quite sure how to find it because there's like 320 there, but it's a really good one. I'm going to see if I can go and put the link here. I'm going to have to make myself a note. It's really good. So the pineal gland is located behind your eyes, a little above your ears. So it's right in the center of your head. Your pineal is where your spirit comes down into your body. It merges with the pineal, and then it just radiates in all directions of your life. But not only is your pineal becoming more activated, which is your intuition, your psychic ability, but more than that, it's your ability to see clearly, to see your life's path ahead of you. Like that's already starting to be flooded with light already at this time. There's going to be a big kick up of that right at the end, almost at the end of December here. And you're going to start, it's like your eyes, like all of a sudden the colors are becoming more brilliant. Has anybody noticed that? Like the skies, oh my gosh, I have so much to talk about. I have so much to talk about. So let me just keep going, because I'm going to talk about this every single week in 2024. So you're not going to miss anything. I'm not going to miss anything. So, what does this mean? Greater clarity, brilliant, radiant eyes. People are going to be going, whoa, your eyes are stunning. And you're going to be noticing that in other people. Some of you are going to start to see in the spirit world. And we're not going anywhere in 2024 if we don't have a strong connection to our own spirit and spirit guides. All right. I'll talk more about that later. You'll be able to see auras and chakras. Yes, this is true. And then sacred geometry. Some of you are already starting to see a lot of geometric symbols in the unseen world. You're going to be seeing a lot more of those. Why? It doesn't mean there's more of them. It just means there's more of you who are going to be able to see them. And Spirit is saying, start writing them down and interpreting what the sacred geometry symbol means for you. Same with light codes. If you have a sense of a light code, take that time out of your life to close your eyes and allow yourself to experience the light codes and what they might mean for you. Okay. Yeah, the pituitary. So the pituitary is also filling with more light. I got super excited about this as a nurse. Super excited. So your pituitary, so let's just say your pineal's the kind of the director of everything when it comes to the spirit world. Well, your pituitary, I kind of call it the director of everything when it comes to your body. So it's like the pineal is the spirit boss, pituitary is the human boss. You definitely want to keep the energy clear between those two glands in the brain. But the pituitary, what's happening is as it floods with light, it's going to enable, because it's the boss, it tells your body kind of which hormones to send where and all that kind of good stuff. So it's going to provide you an opportunity for your body to integrate quicker, which is really good because we don't always want to get a headache every time there's a bump up in the frequency, right? We want our digestion to be able to digest all the information. So having more light coming into the pituitary is going to help your entire physical system function at a much higher potential. Oh, the brain. Wow. Okay. I'm super excited. I'm super, super excited about this. So Spirit, show me the brain. Show me my brain, show me your brain, show me everybody's brain in the world. And there was these blue sparkles, like glittery blue sparkles starting to wake up the synapses in the brain, not only on the right side, but the right and the left side. And it's just like pop, 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 like these little flashes. And it's just awakening all the neurons and it's awakening parts of your brain that has maybe been asleep. And again, education is not the answer, although I'm not telling you, please don't tell your mother I told you education is not important. But it has value, but it's not going to have as much value anymore leading forward. What has more value? Your wisdom that you connect with your spirit. So as your brain is waking up more, your spirit will be able to work with you more in how you see the world. So it is super exciting. And when spirit just show me the brain, the general brain of the world, it's like as we move through January, February, March, April, May, June, July, it's just like more and more of the brain seems to turn blue. So I'm going to be really excited to pay attention to some of you who may be noticing that, what you're noticing about that, and how you understand that. Ooh. Okay, let me just do a scan. Spirit says that, okay, always distorted and not just visually distorted, but it's like, oh, I'm lazy, I'm dumb, I'm stupid. Those are distortions, and what also is what's going to be revealed to you, the truth is taking responsibility for the truth that you see in yourself. So I wrote down on the note, it's like, well, that was dumb. I just let my friends tell me what to do, and that didn't turn out very well. And your spirit's going to say, yeah, that wasn't very smart, was it? So that non-distortive view, no, that wasn't very smart to listen to everybody else and not listen to your, intuition. So what are you going to do about that? How are you going to change that so that you don't listen to everybody else's opinions before you listen to your own? So it said, there's no judgment, there's no expectations, there's no punishment if you get it wrong. It's like, just do it, just take responsibility. Yeah, I love spirit. Spirit just tells it like it is. Okay, oh my gosh, the blue light right now is erupting so much from the core of the earth. It's shooting straight up to the cosmos. So, before it was coming down from Sirius. Now there's a big surge going up to the cosmos. I can't tell a lot about this now, but I will be making a video on it. But we had our advanced, so I teach 3 full year programs. We'll just say beginner, intermediate, advanced. Anyway, so our graduate group flew in their astral body to the Arctic Circle. I am going to make a video about this. Flew because there's so much blue light up there, but it's not coming through the whole Arctic Circle. So we did kind of a discovery mission to see if we can get a sense of what's going on, which we did get a little bit of a sense. There's a lot of blue light beings there, highly actively working. Thoroughly enjoyed our visit. However, this is what is friggin' wild. The next day on my blue light movement page, private page on Facebook, someone posted a picture of the sky above the Arctic Circle, and it wasn't the aurora borealis. They go like, look at this. Isn't this strange? It was literally like the day after somebody posted this. It looked like a rainbow sky. Like it just had so many different colors in it. So anyway, yeah, we'll continue to talk about really strange things as we move along. So yes, as the pressure is coming up, it's lifting us all up. We are being lifted. Yet there's a ceiling of glass that's a type energy. It's like, what did I say? Pressing down at the same time. So you might have more headaches, pressure in the head, neck, shoulders. It's perfectionistic programming. Perfectionistic programming, which means that we've got to let go of perfectionism about how we think things should be and how they should be. Because it is changing. And this is where all the strangeness comes in. So I was writing a paper the other day. I looked at 7 o'clock in the evening. I'm handwriting, right, on my tablet. I've written 2 pages and I look up, it's 7:02. There's no way I could have written 2 full pages in 2 minutes. It's just not possible. So I wrote 6 pages now, and I look up and look at the clock. It's 7:06. It's not possible. But these are the types of things that we're going to be seeing. Medicine man, friend of mine who's an elder, said, the skies are changing. So remember I showed you the Arctic Circle? Well, in 2024, the sky is going to be our messenger. So we have to keep looking up, notice the sky above us. But he was telling me a few days ago, he was watching this enormous crow was flying across the sky, and his eyes just locked into it. And then it just disappeared. Like it just went into, I said, was it a portal? And he goes, yeah, some type of portal or other dimension. So when I say strangeness is going to happen, that's what's going to happen. You're already going to lose days. You might lose weeks. Hopefully you don't lose months. Okay, we will have a much stronger connection to the cosmos. All right, I think there's so much, but I had to keep reminding myself that all year long, every single week here on Thursdays here in the United States, in the Pacific Northwest at 7 a.m., we're going to be talking about all this. Okay. The full clarity will show itself in the June time frame. So just, like a freedom to lift off, arms spread, like you will suddenly feel like you can breathe again. So that cap or that pressure should lighten up by then. They did say all natural disasters are not punishments by God. said, please share this, is not punishments by God, but shifts to enhance our ability to do the work that you are here to do. So it's just rapidly expanding and awakening as well. When there's this natural disaster, it can be horrific and sad and unsettling. But there's some big vibrational shifts. So Spirit is saying you want to meditate more often during those times because it will be a big shift in you as well. Spirit told me you are all messengers with a message. Everyone in the world, they said, is a messenger that came to this earth to spread a message. So that might be kindness. Be kind. Have a kind mind and a warm heart. A kind mind and a warm heart. And just keep repeating that. It will shift. One time, I like to play little energy games to teach myself. So I was going through the airport. I had a layover, so I had time. So I thought I'd entertain myself by telling everyone that their hair looked beautiful. It was just a little test. And their hair did look beautiful. I mean, I was like, wow, you've got beautiful hair. Wow, I really like how you fixed your hair. Wow, I like that short haircut. Can I see the back and how they did that? So I just went around and talked about people's hair. It probably took maybe 20 minutes. And suddenly somebody came up to me and said, I just have to tell you, I love your hair. And then somebody else came up and told me, I love your hair. And then I love your hair and I love your hair and I love your hair. What did that teach me? What it taught me was what I put out, I get back. This is going to be happening a lot more in 2024. I'm going to tell you something that happened yesterday. So we know karma is you get what you give, right? You get what you give. We'll just put that down. Other people would say it's more complex, but I'm just going to say you get what you give. So yesterday, I'm merging onto the highway. So, you've got this road and you've got to pick up speed to pick up the speed on the highway that's 60 miles an hour, we'll say. This little white Toyota cuts me off. I had to hit my brake. Like they came over into the merging lane. And I'm like, what are you thinking? This is a merging lane. I have to pick up speed. Why did you cut in front of me? Do you know that the next 2 to 3 cars cut in front of that car? One of them almost knocked the car off the road, that they had to go off to the side of the road. And I'm like, wow, I'm witnessing instant karma. Now, 10 years ago, if you gave out something and you are going to get back, it might take 10 or 20 years before you got it back. This is instant. So what does that mean for you next year? You're going to have to be careful. You're going to have to be so careful because everything that you're giving out, you're getting back. So remember the hair. Wow, what a great smile. Oh, I love that shirt. Oh, I like those shoes. You seem like you've got the best smile ever. Put all that out there because it's going to rapidly come back again. And be genuine. Like, I'm going to manipulate this and see if it comes back. It's like, be genuine, but this is what's happening very, very quickly, very quickly. Okay. All right. I'm going to wrap up here. Sheesh, I've gone a long time. Okay. Right now, the spirit world is really active. So for those who can hear the spirit world, I can hear this chatter, this buzz, like I'm at a big concert hall and you can hear everybody talking in their seats. That's what it sounds like. It's not necessarily for me. They're not talking to me. It's not necessary that I even can hear them, but it is loud. So then yesterday I'm talking to my friend who's an elder medicine man. He said, wow, he said, the spirit world is really active right now. So what does that mean for you? What it means for you is it's pretty busy because there's a lot, they're preparing. There's a lot of preparing happening in the spirit world. And that's going to be an entirely other conversation that we're going to need to be having here. Because I just know it's just going to be a lot easier if you have a guide or an angel or an ascended master that you like to work with. And at the Arctic Circle, there were a lot of blue angels with blue wings. I've never seen those before. So that was super exciting. So, all right, I've really gone over. It was worth it. Let's take a little breather to take in some information and let this knowledge sink in. Okay. So go ahead and close your eyes. Just put everything down, put your pencils down, your paper, let your shoulders drop. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be worth the ride. All right. It's going to be worth the ride. So just go ahead and close your eyes and just talk to your body. Say hello to your physical body and just let your body know it's like, yep, going to be a lot of changes in 2024, but I promise you, I'm going to support you. I'm going to do what's needed to support you so that you are comfortable. Say hello to that beautiful soul of yours, your own spirit that is illuminating your pineal. So I'm just going to call you all forward. Come front and center, fully in your body. Move front and center, right in the center of your head, behind your eyes, a little above your ears, which is where the light of your soul is coming in and illuminating your pituitary and your pineal glands. Let's go ahead and ground to the center of the earth. So the easiest is just to pretend you're like a tree that has roots. But you want your roots to go down the almost 4,000 miles where the magnetic core is of the center of the earth. So just pretend, play, and imagine that your root system, or whatever image you want to work with, it could be dolphins, whales, waterfalls, uh, colorful ribbons, unicorns, horses, hedgehogs. It can be anything you want. But go ahead and ground yourself all the way to the center of the earth. And then just start letting go, releasing anything that's getting stirred up for you about moving into 2024, even if it's excitement. Now allow the surge of this beautiful earthy blue light to come right up through the earth, right up through your grounding, right up through your legs. And it'll be just like feeling this beautiful, crystal clear air that's comforting and soothing energy, like this plasma photonic light of blue, but it's this earthy blue. It's very supportive. Allow it to flow all the way up through your legs, your body, your arms, your shoulders, through your neck, out the top of your head, so that the earth can show you how supportive it can be for you in 2024. It's like a gentle waterfall, but it's flowing upwards. A little bit more up through your head, through your forehead, the top of your head. We often feel so much pressure there. So allow the blue earth energy to flow upward, lifting that cap, that pressure off of your head and letting it flow even 20, 30 feet high like a fountain. Beautiful. So go ahead and allow yourself to open your eyes and look around the room that you are in and know that you can always call upon the Earth's support system, whether it's blue or any other color of Earth energy. All frequencies are enhancing you within that range that's unique to you. So you may see green, even though I guided you blue. So let it just flow right on up and out the top of the head. And you can do that every day if you'd like. So we are about ready to wrap up here. So I'd love it if you would make a comment of what that little tap into the blue earth frequency that was coming up through your body, how that felt to you. Do want to let you know to get all the latest information on my website, just join my mailing list. If you go to intuitivemind.org, click the button that says join mailing list. You're going to get an intuitive quiz there. But also, I'm going to be offering a psychic play date where you get to learn about your intuition. And that should go up on my website sometime this afternoon. So be looking for that because registration is going to happen really fast. I can feel it in my bones. All right, everyone, take care. I'll be talking next week about the frequency forecast for January. So we'll get a little bit more detailed there. But thank you all. You hung in there with me for a long, long time. I appreciate it. See you next week and have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season.